So my name is Andi Mindt. I work for Volkswagen since 2.5 years. That means now the cars coming on the market from now on is under our teamwork. You know, I always point out the team is very important for me because I'm not alone. Yeah, we have 350 people in design, and they're all put their work together, and it's a big orchestration. And this is my part, maybe, you know, to put it together. But it's a big teamwork, and I love this. I enjoy this a lot. You know, that we have a powerful team with nice people having fun and creating this stuff together. And I think this show car that we have here now is a good example for this, how to bring stuff together. Yeah, that the colors of external interiors matching, even the HMI content is matching to the interior. So this is wonderful. I really love that. But back to my person, I arrived from Bentley. I've been at Bentley for 2 years before, was with the Bentley Batur and the facelift of Continental GT. Maybe you remember this with a new face design, let's say. And before that, I was the exterior designer for Audi for 7 years. Before that, I've been working for Volkswagen for some 12 years or something. Then I've been working for Porsche as well in some old ages. But I have a long, let's say, career, but I change places. And I like that. I like brands, and I learned a lot about brands at Bentley, for instance. Yeah, I really fell in love with the brand of Bentley. I can talk now for 2 hours if you want. But now I learned a lot there, and now I'm using this knowledge for Volkswagen. And Volkswagen has a rich brand history as well, and you can turn it into a good thing. I need to explain a little bit more. What we have is 50 model lines in our company, 50 model lines globally, which is a hell of a lot. So we need some order in that. And we did in China, with the joint ventures. In Shanghai, we had 3 cars to show the differentiation. So let's go back to, let's say, Europe first, or rest of the world except China. Yeah? You have to have a certain order in them to make them look similar, and this is what we do. Yeah. So for the low cars, we have the ID Polo as a lighthouse, let's say. Performance is the GTI, and then we have the robust cars, and this is what we show today. First time, the ID Cross is actually the first car for this segment, or for the robust cars. So what you see there is very likely to come to other bigger brothers, let's say, and we use similar design cues, and we do it on purpose because to create a family that is recognizable is now important in the market. It's all over the place, and we want to condense it a little bit to show the customer this is a Volkswagen. And this is the first one here today, ID Cross, and then later we have bigger versions of that. And it's not more common, it's even easier, because sometimes a small car is harder to do, a bigger car is easier to do. Is it because you have more dash-to-axle, you have more things that are bigger wheels usually, and the relation between wheel and the cabin in bigger cars is sometimes better than on the smaller ones. Absolutely, no, and we find our way to express that. Now, the ID Cross has these tumblers in the rear. We name it internally, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say, but we are naming them whiskey glasses. Yeah, you have 4 of them, and we say this because they are very sturdy glass. You know, when it falls to the ground, it's not destroyed. It's, you know, when you have a glass of champagne falling to, it's like 1,000 pieces, you know, but not a whiskey glass. So we took this as an example, and then we said, like, let's make it look like a thick glass piece. Yeah, and that is our solution and our way. And then it's animated from the inside to the outside. So it's not swiping from left to right, it's from inside out, and like a heartbeat. Yeah, I can show you on the show car it works. When you put on the indicator or the hazard light, then you see this is really working already. So this is LED, yes. Technology like others, yes. But we have our own design idea, matching to our design values. And that is, I think, the big differentiation. So there we are unique. The stuff we are doing right now is very, very obvious, focusing back on the main values of Volkswagen that have a value in the past, but we have to turn it into the future. That's very important. We don't stand still. We have to be dynamic and move the design into the future. But the values are fantastic. Yeah. And why not to use this? Yeah. And why create a new value? You don't have to. No, because it's a certain beauty in it. No? It's very reliable. It's number one. We say stable, but it's reliability. No? Is the first thing. And then the second is, we name it likable, sympathetic, like the Beetle eyes, smile. You know, the Golf had the same. Golf Mark I you had very long in production in South Africa, no? With the round eyes. You know, it's very, let's say, human. Yeah, and connected to humans and their fans, and why not to play with this? There are some car designs that are splitting by other people, and when you go back 5 years, you know, electric cars were done for people who feel I'm the better human than the others, you know, and this is wrong. What we show today is the beginning, and we will roll it out next year. So we have a rich portfolio. And then all these components and elements you saw now in the ID Polo, in the GTI, and the Cross is the starting point, and then it goes into the whole portfolio. And this is a lot of work we are doing. And next year, for instance, it's really wonderful. We go into production, with everything, and we have a lot of things to show next year, and that's a very big thing for me. And I think we will prove that the show cars and the production things, they are matching. This is not two different things. You see it on the ID Polo already. The show car we did show before was the same design. And it's very similar to the ID Cross. And the time to market is even shorter there. And then we're going into the rest of the portfolio. No? And we're gonna have a lot of similarities, like the switch pack we have in the center console is gonna be the same for every single Volkswagen. I promised this already. Every Volkswagen will have just the same thing, because then you can go into your car blindfolded and you can find your functionality. Yeah, and even if you have a rental or something somewhere else, yeah, you step in it and you know exactly how it works. And this is what I want to achieve. And that's next. A lot of people tend to say Porsche 911 because it's the one car that everybody is connected to. No? Makes the right noise, looks fantastic. But I'm a big Beetle fan. I myself have a 70s Beetle from 1970, a Beetle with a big engine, 2-liter Weber carburetors, ventilated brakes. I love this, you know, to turn this little small humble Beetle into a racing machine. You know, I love this, yeah, and you know, have a big heart but be humble on the outside. I like this. You know, this is my favorite. And you see, it's very flexible, or you can turn it into a beach buggy, you can turn it into a transporter. You know, it was wonderful, very flexible, because the chassis was very good. You know, you have so many Kit Kats around the world. You have Herbie. You know, Herbie for me I have a strong connection to this, because it was the first movie I saw in the cinema first time. So this is my connection to this as a kid. Yeah, and so for me it's very emotional. No? Yeah, thank you. I thank you. I thank you. The new Beetle is coming.